Hey guys, Keys here back with another Veracity video. So Veracity's sitting at 0.012, just around 1.2 cents, slightly under it, but we actually did get the move to the zero point 0.5 level, which we spoke about in the last video, and that's actually the level I was expecting it to go to. We talked about three levels. We were talking about the first level, which is actually where we are right now, just about where we are right now, which was the peak back in the beginning of 2023 and the start of the symmetrical triangle. And that's where we're actually hovering right now. And then the second level we were talking about was the zero point 0.5 retracement on the Fibonacci, which was 0.013, so 1.36 cents. And we actually overshot it by a good amount. I'm pretty sure, almost 18% we overshot the zero point 0.5 level. So Verasity put in a massive, massive move, and I honestly expect Verasity to keep going. Like, especially if Bitcoin's just going to keep going up, and I think it is going to keep going up. I think all these coins are just going to keep going up, and so I think Veracity's going to keep going up. And the next level, which we also talked about last time, that we haven't hit yet, but I think we're going to hit, is the 0.618, which is at 2.1 cents. So from where we are right now, it would be another 77%. Yeah, around 77% from where we are now. And I really think that's not even that much of a stretch at this point, especially if, Bitcoin's going to go above 69K, if it's going to go into the 70s, which I think there's a really good chance it does. All these altcoins are going to continue popping off, and so I'm pretty sure Veracity's going to keep doing it. But what's actually really funny about yesterday's move down, which was actually huge, right? Like, if I take it from the top of this to the bottom of the wick, I mean, it dropped 47% in like a couple of, like, a day and a half, honestly. Probably like in one day, because probably started in the middle of this and ended in the middle of this candle. So probably around one day, it dropped around 47%. Most of it was just, within 5 hours yesterday when Bitcoin was dropping really hard. But the funny thing about this is that this wick right here kind of, like, I mean, it didn't really hit it, but it's just above it. Basically retested the breakout, um, the breakout of the symmetrical triangle, which when you break out of patterns, you don't always have to, but you do tend to come back to retest the breakout point, which was the top of this symmetrical triangle. And we kind of did that all in one quick move. And we actually also we retraced all the way back down to the 0.382 as well, which is right above the breakout point. So we kind of like did a double retest in my opinion, which is actually pretty bullish because we got that out of the way. Like, we don't have to like think about or say like, oh, maybe we're going to come back down to retest it and then we can go up. Like, we already did it now. And so if Veracity just wants to like turn around and just go straight up at this point, I don't know if it's going to do that, but Veracity wants to get like another leg up now. I think it's completely like valid at this point because we did get a pretty big retracement. 47% is like, that's a lot. So it really does depend on Bitcoin though. I mean, Bitcoin is flying again, but I mean, I guess to be expected after yesterday, but I mean, it's up 5.3% again. And we're coming back up. We're at 67.1, coming back up to 69 it looks like. And I do think that the higher that Bitcoin goes, or even if it just stays this high up, these altcoins are going to start moving again. And Veracity is definitely no exception. So for me, the next target, I guess to be a little bit, start off a little bit smaller. Like, the next target is definitely to reclaim the 0.5, which I'm pretty certain we will do. But then I do think that coming back up to the 0.618 at 2.1 cents is the next move that Veracity is going to make. As long as Bitcoin is like, not tanking or anything. And I think we could be in a volatile like period for Bitcoin, and I'll talk about it in my next Bitcoin video. But whenever we do get through this and we're like back up in the uptrend for Bitcoin, then I'm pretty sure all these coins are going to go, and Veracity's probably going to go as well. So yeah, the next target for me really is the 618 at 2.1 cents. I think we'll get there. But I also wanted to talk about another really interesting thing that I was looking at, which was actually looking at veracity on the linear scale. Because we always look at it on the log scale, and I think that's completely fine. But when you look at the linear, you do get another view, and you can really, really see on the linear scale just how long we were in this accumulation range. Like down here, the box, like this was veracity's accumulation in my opinion, and we're just breaking out now. Like you can really see like the past few days, it looks like we're doing something different. It looks like we might be coming back up to these areas here, like maybe somewhere here, right? Like if veracity is gonna get a push up, like maybe we do start coming back up here, and when you look at it like this, the level for me that I'm looking at is this peak right here. It's the peak in March that we set just before Luna crashed, and then we got the massive like dump into the accumulation zone where we went sideways basically. So this level is actually higher than the 618. It's actually at around 3.1 cents. So that's 1 cent higher because the 618 was 2.1. So 3.1 cents when I look at the linear scaling, kind of looks like veracity might be able to make a move up to 3.1 cents. And I don't know how quickly it'll go to it if we do make this move. And I actually think there is a good chance that we're gonna make this move if Bitcoin like is in the 70s and stuff. Like honestly, if we're in the 70s, like I wouldn't be surprised for veracity making this move. And that's a 159% gain from where we are right now. So yeah, that's just like another level I'm looking at. It's like the 618 right now. I guess the 0.5 to reclaim it, and then the 618 at 2.1 cents. So I'll draw that. It was at like 2 point. It was like somewhere here, and then yeah, and then after that, then this high up here that we said back in March at around 3.1 cents. So I think veracity can do it, but it does depend on Bitcoin. So we'll just see how Bitcoin goes. And of course, we got to take a look at the Bitcoin pair for veracity. Flip it back to the log. So interesting, we did actually get a breakout on the Bitcoin pair. And I was saying that if we do get a breakout, then I expect, like when we're breaking out of the Bitcoin pair, then I was expecting that veracity on the USD pair, that's when like we're gonna see like a massive move, like a huge move up, like maybe even coming up to the 3 cent level. But that kind of looks like we might be coming back in. So yeah, I'm not too sure. This could just be a retest. Thing is, like yesterday we actually worked all the way back down to where like we started. That's crazy that we came all the way up here and then we worked all the way back down. But we're actually in it right now again. I mean, I didn't draw this perfectly, this line, because you can see that kind of wicked out of it here. But even if I drew it up here, then you can definitely say we're inside. But yeah, I guess the Bitcoin pair looks like it's gonna need even more. Like we're still like at the top of it right now, so maybe we do like bounce off of it and go up. But yeah, right now kind of looks like the Bitcoin pair might be coming back down, which isn't even that bad in my opinion. Like I don't really think we're coming all the way back down, especially down here, but we might actually come back in here. So I'm not sure. It doesn't look like the Bitcoin pair. I don't know. I'm getting mixed feelings about this right now, so I can't really say too much about it because yeah, I'm kind of getting mixed feelings. But if the Bitcoin pair does decide to reverse itself here, or like at some point and break, come back up out of it again, like I think if we come out of it again with a strong candle, then I think it's gonna be for real. Like one time, yeah, maybe it was a fake out, but like if we do it again twice, I don't really think it would be a fake out, and so yeah, we're probably gonna be going up really hard on the USD pair if that happens. But right now the Bitcoin pair did come back in, but it could just be temporary, right? Like honestly, veracity today is not moving as hard as other coins, which is fine. It doesn't have to do it every day. It'll have its moments, so we'll just see. But yeah, the Bitcoin pair did come back in. If it starts actually breaking out, like a real breakout, which you could have said like this was a real breakout, but now that we have more context, like it seems like it could have been a fake breakout. But if we do start coming out again, I don't really think it would do it twice. Like, I think if we come out again, then it's probably real. So if we come out again, I think we're gonna be actually breaking out, and then at that point, you know, maybe Veracity is actually like, you know, doing something crazy. It's at the 618 or even higher. So yeah, guys, that's just an update. I guess kind of a long video, but a lot has happened, and yeah, it does really depend on Bitcoin though, in my opinion. So we'll have to see what happens, but I do think Bitcoin is going to continue. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.